All right, it's just me and Andrew here today.
Woo! Yeah.
So,
No twite.
we don't need no twite.
Yeah. Twite's a twat. Forget him.
So, the Queen's, what was it called?
The Queen's Justice.
The Queen's Justice, right.
Yep.
Monumental episode. Lots of things we've been waiting for a long time happened. Let's start our spoiler-free review.
Yep. All right. Spoiler-free review. It was a pretty good episode. You know, you had a lot of things going on, a lot of characters doing things that you've been waiting for to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what craziness did we see? Okay, I have a question about Westeros.
Yeah.
We see people marching in the streets of King's Landing sometimes, and then all the poor people start throwing all their food at them. They're poor. Why are they throwing their food out?
I think that's like the rotten food usually that they're throwing, the trash.
I don't know. The food that they were throwing at the people in this scene seemed like pretty good food to me.
I don't know. They like throwing shit.
And they're not that.
They're not Northerners. They're not as worried about storing their food.
I liked that quote that Euron gave about severed heads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great. No. Oh, yeah. It was very interesting, all the interactions with some of the characters and the things we got to see. It was a pretty good episode. I was expecting it to be more action-packed, though. It wasn't as much action as I was expecting.
Yeah, we actually had two full-on battles, but there wasn't a whole lot of action stuff.
Yeah. Because one of the battles you really don't see much of, and the other one was really short.
Yeah.
Both of them were kind of, yeah, but still good.
Were there any characters missing from this episode?
Characters missing from this episode.
We still haven't seen Podrick.
Yeah, nope, no Podrick or Brianna Tarth. We never saw those two. We pretty much got to see a bunch of people, though.
I haven't seen what Tormund is doing at the other forts.
Yeah.
Where is Podrick? We haven't seen him in a while. What's he up to?
He's with Brianna Tarth. She's been training soldiers at Winterfell and helping out there and just being a bodyguard for Sansa. So he's just around somewhere there.
Okay.
Because, yeah, he's her squire right now.
Okay, scale of 1 to 10. How so far in this season, out of the 3 episodes so far, how would you rank them?
Oh, let's see here. How would I rank them between the 3 of them? I'm trying to remember what happened in each one. I think I'm going to have to go with the first episode was my favorite, and the third one second, and the second one third.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Walder Frey getting killed was probably the best scene so far this season.
Oh, we never saw Arya this episode. There was no Arya.
Oh, we didn't.
But, spoiler. Oh, no.
Are we 100% sure that she's heading up to Winterfell?
Yeah. When she found out that Jon had taken back Winterfell, and that Sansa's in Winterfell, and the Boltons are gone, and there's no Lannisters up there, and the winter's happening, she's running back home to be with her family.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah. Oh.
What if she did just do her original plan and she succeeded and she just killed Cersei? What would happen for the series?
It would have solved so many problems that we're going to be running into during this season. Because, as I was saying in the first podcast, Cersei is going to cause more problems than anyone's going to expect. she is still a risk factor, because you remember in the first podcast, everyone's like, oh, what's Cersei going to do? She has nothing, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, that's when Cersei's at her most dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, she, starting in this episode, I mean, they are a force to be reckoned with again, the Lannisters.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying you can't ever fully discount Cersei. No matter how much you hate her so much you want her to fail. But your hate of her is what she thrives on.
Okay, we're going to need to get into spoilers here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through how the episode played it. So we started out at Dragonstone with Jon arriving just right out the gate at the opening of the episode.
Yeah, no travel time at all.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to at least save that for later in the episode or something, but no, just right out the gates with the most important scene that we've been waiting for through the whole series.
And it was an awkward scene.
It was really awkward. And it was cool seeing Tyrion and Jon see each other again. They haven't seen each other since season 1.
Yep. Yeah, it's since over 6 seasons since they've seen each other.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was interesting them talking about how they have gotten a lot more scars. They've both been on a long journey.
Yep.
It's true. It's been 6 seasons of journey. So when Jon first gets there, and I feel like I've been saying this quite a few times, like, I feel like he comes across super weak.
Yeah, he kind of wasn't really. He's not like the other. I'm going to say he's coming off as weak because he doesn't act entitled like all the other characters we see. Like, we even got to see some of how Daenerys was like, well, I'm a Targaryen, I'm a descendant of Targaryen, blah, blah, blah. It's my birthright to be the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms and honor the vows of your ancestors and bow to me. Like, she just had this entitlement where she was just expecting him to fall over, which Jon did actually show strength. It's just he's not as entitled or arrogant about it, so it comes off weak when he's really just standing his own ground in a more passive way.
Yeah, I like how she was bragging about all the things that she'd been through and all the things that she's done, and Davos was the one who spoke for Jon.
Yeah. And you saw Davos shut up because Jon gave him a look like, no, dude, stop. It's like,
well, he didn't want him to say that he had woken up from the dead. Like, hey, we're already like pushing it with zombies here. Let's not tell them that I'm one too.
Yeah. But, I felt like the scene was awkward and everything, and that Jon didn't go in with the plan of how to convince her. He just went in, like, hoping it would work out without having to... He didn't think it all the way through, is what I got.
Well, I mean, I also kind of felt like he was being pushed around a little bit, too. Like, when they were telling him to give up their weapons and stuff, like... I don't know. He should leave his weapons with his men outside or something. Like, I don't know. It just seemed weird.
He didn't want to make an issue out of it, and him giving up his weapons. He could have fought there, maybe taken out a few of them, but they would have killed them eventually. He went for more of a tactful route, where there's risk at it, but.
But he shouldn't be fighting. I mean, he's obviously not going to be able to do anything against all the troops there, but he should still just, ask for a little bit more respect than that.
Yeah, he hasn't been asking for the respect that he deserves, but that's one of the things about Jon's charm in the show is Jon doesn't ask for the positions of power. He doesn't ask for people to bend the knee to him. They just do it of their own accord. That's what makes him a great leader. That's where he's a greater leader than in Daenerys in certain ways. It's because he doesn't have that thirst for power. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to even have it. He's just stuck with it, and he's working with it because he's trying to do what's good for his people. So he doesn't have alternative motives to what he's doing like everyone else. Even Daenerys, who's this badass queen, she has alternative motives all the time, even if she likes to pretend she doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it's just like we're seeing two very different styles and mindsets of people. Where Daenerys, she did earn her way up. She did go through her shit. And we were through her part of the story and everything. But then we had a moment from Jon where Jon's like, you can't just come in here, demand I bend the knee when I know nothing about you. And you just said, I can't hold the sins of your father on you. Well, you can't hold the vows of my ancestors on me.
Yeah. It was a very awkward scene.
It was very awkward. Like, it's just like, it's because we know what needs to happen. As an audience, we know what they need to do. But
do we?
Daenerys
what did they
need
to do?
They need to start working the fuck together. Like, like Jon is very right about the North, but there is the risk of Cersei in the South, because even if Cersei saw the army of the undead, she's crazy enough to still try to get power and get revenge on people. That's the type of person she is. So they do need to take care of her.
That's why I still like my theory that Cersei is gonna like give herself up as a White Walker.
Yeah. Like we just need but I was expecting at some point for a wedding proposal. I'm thinking there might be a wedding proposal that might happen between two other characters to build a stronger force, and that would be with the King of the North and Daenerys, Jon and her, because that would solve a lot of the issues.
I feel like it's a little predictable.
It is a little predictable, very, very predictable, but they have to form a type of alliance where it doesn't make his men look down on him.
Well, I think later on, when they come back to Dragonstone and they are out on the bridge and they come to a sort of agreement, I feel like that's going to work out. Like, Jon's going to go back, show them that this gracious new ruler has allowed them all these new weapons and stuff, and even helped with it, and that she is a good ruler, and we should have a good alliance with her, and maybe his men will then be on his side with it.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, there's still a lot of anger in the North towards the Targaryen, which is still something we're waiting for the reveal to happen from Bran, where because Bran's the only character that we know of right now that can reveal the secret behind Jon and his true mother and father.
Okay, well let's go to that scene. Bran and Sansa are reunited.
Yep.
Did you tear up? I teared up.
I was like, why are you talking about your sister's rape to her right now?
Oh, yeah, that was...
I'm like, this is a little awkward.
He seems a lot different than he did, like, even in episode 1 when we saw him. He seemed a little more human, but in this episode he's just like stone cold, I'm just a robot now who is just a conduit of the three-eyed raven. I don't know.
Yeah, he's off in his own world.
What's going to happen with him? What's his role in things? I mean, other than just telling Jon his ancestry, is he? What else is he going to do? Are they going to use him as a weapon somehow against the army of the dead to be able to like see their locations or something? Or
well, as he said, he can see everything that has happened. Everything that has happened, he can see. All events that have transpired or that are happening, he can see. So he's filled with information. So the more he can hone his powers, the more he can tell them, like, this is what White Walkers are weak to, or this is what this lord or lady who's still opposing us and doesn't believe in the White Walkers is planning. He's information. Like, once he hones his powers and is able to pick up the information he needs and shares the information that needs to be shared, because that's one of the hugest problems that you're noticing in the world of Westeros that they're running into, is there's no instant communication. So the invading of Casterly Rock ended up becoming a complete failure this episode. The response times are just too slow. With someone like Bran, who can see what's going on, they'll have a slight faster reaction time.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I see how he could be a good weapon, but, I mean, is that what his role is in the series now? I mean, it just seems like he's not. I guess that's what he's been building up towards. But
but we still haven't been revealed what all the jobs of the Three-Eyed Raven is. We as the audience, even though we've been watching, we still don't fully understand what the Three-Eyed Raven is, or what the full duties of.
There's a whole lot of story with, like, the children of the forest and stuff. Like, are any of them still around?
Yeah.
I wonder. I keep on wondering if there's going to be some interesting thing with the clashing of all the gods, the new gods and the old, the drowned god and the god of light. Like, there's so many, deities that seem to be kind of real. So, are we ever going to, like, see an actual god or something at some point? I mean, the fact that they actually affect change in the actual show. I don't know.
Like the two that we see the most evidence for is the faceless god and the god of light, and the old gods of the north because of the Godswood and Bran.
Yeah, I suppose we don't really see the seven ever.
Yeah.
They just have religious cults. They don't really have, like, any direct influence, it seems.
Yeah. Because, with the seven, we just saw the fanaticals in King's Landing. But we haven't seen any power from them. We haven't seen any real prophets or anything like that where we have with the faceless god and the god of light.
We haven't seen anything from the drowned god either, huh?
And the drowned god, no, not really, not yet.
It'll be interesting. Let's take a step back to around the first scene with Melisandre and Varys. What was going on with that scene, do you think? Why were we shown that conversation?
I think they're just two popular characters. But I think it's just like they wanted to establish that Melisandre was leaving because we found out that she's heading back over to the country she's from. But we also find out that that's not permanent. She's just leaving for the moment and she's coming back. So we know she's going to come back, and I imagine she's either going to come with some type of reinforcements or magic or something to help in the war, but I think she knows that she's going to die in the upcoming battle. And also she said.
I wonder if that was some prophecy. And she also predicted Varys' death too, which was interesting.
That he's going to die in Westeros.
Yeah.
And so so it felt like it was more of a foreshadowing scene. And also establishing where she's taking off. So when we have the meeting between Jon and Daenerys, we're not like, where's Melisandre?
I guess. But I mean, that could have been handled with some exposition. I feel like it didn't need its own scene. Also, did Varys get shaken? Like, I'd never seen him looking that agitated before. It was interesting.
When he was talking with her?
Yeah.
He hates the Lord of Light.
He does?
Yeah, that's what he lost his nuts to. His
Oh,
manhood.
that's right. Yeah, I remember him saying that.
It was a
That's
priest
right.
of the Lord of the Light, cut off his nuts, threw him in the fire, and even he heard a voice come from the fire.
Okay. Wait, but why does he... I don't...
So I'm imagining he has some animosity towards her and distrust towards her.
Oh, okay.
Like,
and then, like, when she said that he's going to die in Westeros, he believes it because he knows that their magic is real.
Yes, because he's witnessed it firsthand. He doesn't know what it is, but he knows there is something.
What's his role going to be at the end? He seems to be like he just serves the realm, and I don't know. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
So the next scene, we see Theon getting pulled out of the water.
Yep.
Do you think that he's gonna make it back to Dragonstone? Because like the cut between the scenes was Daenerys asking, "Are there any Greyjoys alive?" and then they see him getting pulled out of the water. So can't he just die already? There was a moment when I almost felt like maybe he's back, maybe he's redeemed, and then when he just like chickened out and jumped off the ship, it was like, oh, come on, again.
Come on. Yep. And after she just spoke up for him too.
Yeah, really.
She's like, "He'll protect me if I need it." And it's like, nope, he's gone. He's a coward. He does have a lot of damage from Ramsay, though. Ramsay was one fucked up bro.
Okay, let's move forward then, because I have another question.
Yeah.
Involving the next scene. Is Cersei worse than Ramsay? Because she's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, no, just like the Tyrell lady was saying, Cersei is a monster.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Like, there's moments where you think, like in season 1, you know, she was really upset that Jaime almost killed the Stark boy. She's like, he's just an innocent boy. So we see like moments of where she seems human at times, but then we get a dose of reality and realize she's just a selfish, full of herself, bad person.
I still question whether or not she had love for her children, because it seems like it sometimes, it seems like it did. In this episode, it seemed like she did. And
she's always had love for her children, but I'm going to say her love for her children, because you notice the people she loves the most is Jaime and her children. Her and Jaime were twins, and their children were of her own blood. It's more of a love for herself, like, than for, because she loves herself so much that anyone related to her also falls under that pattern. Because, like, she even looks down on other Lannisters, the lower Lannisters, even though you see her bang one of them. But it's because they're not as close to her blood as her and everything. And she even did the whole crazy spiel thing about how the Lannisters should be like the Targaryens and just breed with each other. And you remember that scene? That was a while back ago, but
yeah.
But yeah, so like, so Cersei, I'm gonna say she did love her children, but it was in more of a possessive and egotistical love than a.
Yeah, that makes sense. But is she more evil than Ramsay?
I'm gonna say Ramsay is probably gonna be more cruel for the fun of it, whereas Cersei's more cruel out of
revenge.
Power. She's only to prove herself or her strength or everything. Whereas he's gonna do it to get a boner.
God. Yeah, I suppose I suppose Cersei never stabbed her father in the back. She's never actively killed her family. I
Yeah.
don't think, has she?
She only she only tried assassinating Tyrion, which was
Yeah,
actually her son, I think. I can't remember if it was ever confirmed that it was Joffrey or her that ordered the attack on him at the battlefield.
back in the last scene, speaking of ordered assassinations, when Daenerys brings up that Ned was Hand of the King when her assassination was ordered. Did he know about that? And Jon doesn't know that he was the one person trying to prevent it.
Yeah, Jon doesn't know that information. Like, that's one of the issues here. It's like no one knows what anyone else is doing. It's just a bunch of speculation.
Yeah,
it's all
I know,
speculation.
but it's so sad.
Yeah.
He was the one person fighting for her, and she doesn't trust him.
Yep. Oh.
Okay.
Priscilla, what? Yeah, she would have liked Ned if Ned was still alive.
Oh yeah, for
Poor
sure.
Ned.
Poor Ned. Okay, but anyway, so back to Cersei being worse than Ramsay. I feel like Cersei is better at psychological torture than Ramsay is. Like, Ramsay's really good at breaking people down and controlling them, but Cersei's really good at making them wish they were dead.
Yeah.
Like, watching your daughter's corpse rot, like, that's some pretty twisted shit.
But you never see that Cersei do that to anyone that she has no personal grudge against. Whereas you see Ramsay doing shit like that to anybody and anyone.
Because it's a Theon. Why? Why was he so obsessed with Theon?
It was his little play toy, but Theon wasn't his only play toy. Even like the girls he was hooking up, he would do the same things with them. You'd see him hunting people out in the woods. You'd see him playing people left and right. You'd see him doing all these stuff that he really didn't need to do. He just did them for his personal satisfaction. Which I saw an interview though where the new Greyjoy that we now have, greatest captain of the seas,
Euron?
He's supposed to end up being worse than
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Ramsay. So I'm interested to see how he's going to top Ramsay, which I have very, very, very bad feelings for the Greyjoy sister. What's her name?
Yara?
I always forget their names. Yeah.
Man, is he going to rape her?
His own niece.
Yeah, is that going to happen?
Probably.
Oh,
He's probably going to do some fucked up shit to her.
When Cersei first kissed that girl to kill her, for a second I thought, like, because she was saying she was trying to come up with a way to torture her in like the worst way possible. For a second I thought that she was going to make her watch her rape her.
I was expecting that. I was thinking that could be it, but then when I was seeing her kiss, I was like, "Wait, is she doing the poison?"
Yeah, I didn't get that until she said it.
Yeah.
So clever though. She's good. Anyway, backing up. What's up?
I said back at the first podcast, don't underestimate Cersei. That's your first mistake.
What do you think she's going to do with Euron?
I think she's going to try to play Euron.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to try playing the queen card, and she's starting to get very cocky. And that's Cersei's biggest failure. Because Cersei's at her most dangerous when the entire world's against her. But when things are going her way, her greatest weakness is her arrogance and pride.
Yeah.
So she's going to slip up, and the power's going to shift to the Greyjoy, because she's going.
That would be interesting.
Okay, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to be because of her own character fault.
Do you think that Dwight's going to win the bet?
No, she's going to survive. She's going to escape. I'm going to have a feeling that she's going to go through pretty much a very similar thing that her brother went through.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, I think if they were going to kill her, they would have killed her by now.
Yeah. But I don't know. They waited a little bit after Ned got captured to kill him. We're thinking he was going to get or go to the wall, be with John, and then nope, head chopped.
That's true. That was quite a surprise.
Yeah. Especially since
Ned
felt like the main character season 1. In season 1, you thought Ned was going to be the hero main character.
Yeah, for sure. But he totally was just a prop. It's so sad. So Euron's little conversation with Jamie, how'd you think that went?
I'm thinking Jamie's going to look for a moment to beat the living shit out of him. Or attempt to.
Man. I like how he's cruel in a funny way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. He was really ballsy about it, too, though, just going right up to Jamie in court.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck, what are you going to do about it? You're missing a hand, bitch.
Okay, so speaking of their love life, so are they just going to be open about it and make it public now? Jamie and Cersei?
I don't know what Cersei's thinking. That's like one of the things I was saying where Cersei's going to fuck herself over with her own character faults because things are going her way right now. And then she bangs Jamie and lets someone see him in her bed and she doesn't give a shit. That's delegitimizing her claim to the throne even more.
Yeah, big time.
Like,
although,
just because...
Right now, she's only queen because her husband was Robert. And so, despite who her children are, her husband still was Robert.
Yeah.
So, she still has an ounce of a claim.
But even better, it's breaking all tradition with her being queen. Because she's the first queen, ruling queen of Westeros ever. They said that in the episode when the Iron Bank showed.
Yeah.
And that's so she's already breaking a lot of traditions and everything. And as we already know, Westeros loves their traditions, especially the noblemen. So the more action she does of being more open of relationship with Jamie, her abandonment of traditions and everything, because that's how she was able to gather the noblemen on her side, was she's pointing out the traditions that Daenerys broke over across the seas of the slave trade and this and that, which really affects more of the noblemen personally, but this may come and bite Cersei later. But
speaking back to the Iron Bank, when Mycroft showed up and demanded the debt, and Cersei said that she was going to pay it, before you saw the final scene, did you have any ideas of what she was going to do?
Wait, what do you mean final scene?
The final scene when they take, I can't remember what it's called, but the Tyrell.
Oh, the Tyrell. Yeah, that place. Okay. I thought there was a scene I missed for some reason. But yeah, House Tyrell. Yeah, no, I was just thinking, like, damn, they just outmaneuvered and outplayed both Tyrion and Daenerys hard there.
Yeah, and that was good. But before we get to that, when Cersei's talking to Mycroft in the Iron Bank, and she says, "I will pay your debt by the fortnight." Did you have any ideas of what she had planned?
No, I had no idea at that moment. I thought she was just talking out of her ass, like she does a lot of times, where she was just like, "Hey, look, I'm a Lannister. Lannisters always pay our debt. That's our house motto. Give me a little more time. I'll get you back next week." Not oh, I actually have a plan to actually get you your money.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Her conversation, I just feel like went really well.
Yeah.
But I was thinking for a second that she was going to bring slavery back to Westeros because she kind of brought that up, and so she was just going to sell all of her citizens as slaves.
Oh, she would do it. She'd do that in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know, right? So that's why I was thinking it was going to happen. I was like, oh, Jesus. And then that would give, more fury to Daenerys or something. But anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sansa is running Winterfell like a boss.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really cool. That was a good scene, just showing how she's taking command really well.
Yeah, we've seen her mature a lot. I'm still worried about Littlefinger being so close to her, though. Because he is giving her good advice, but she needs to really take heed and realize that he's even saying he's an enemy, too. Because what did he say to her? Imagine everyone is an enemy and everyone is a friend, so then no matter what happens, you're never surprised.
I mean, she kind of said the same thing to Ned.
Yeah.
He kind of said the same thing to Ned, didn't he?
Yeah. And she needs to take that as a red flag that he's not even just talking about other people, he's even meaning himself. He can be a friend or an enemy, and it can change on a whim, all according to what's going on.
What do you think his plan is?
He's going for the Iron Throne still, I think. That's his main goal.
That's his goal, but how do you think he plans to get there? Do you think he's going to try and get Sansa in power and then try to still win her hand in marriage and then kill her, like he did with her aunt?
No, he wouldn't kill Sansa.
Yeah, I suppose if he got her to marry him, then he'd get what he wants anyway.
Yeah, because he'll use Sansa as a power piece or to advance himself, but I don't think he would ever actually kill her himself. Though I don't think he'd be super heartbroken if she ever died. Yeah. But he has this obsession about her like he did her mother. Because, that's the whole reason he went to try to gain as much authority and power as he did, because of how much anger he has at his childhood when he tried winning her over in battle and got his ass kicked by Ned's older brother. And he realized he wasn't a fighter. That's when you saw him become a businessman, politician, nobleman. Because he's like, I'm not going to win respect on the battlefield. I'm going to win it through playing the game.
He does totally have... I feel like Sansa is totally a weakness for him, though.
Yeah.
Like, normally, he plays everything so skillfully, like a chessboard. But... like, the dumbest thing he ever did was, like, reveal all of his plans and stuff, like, open his heart up to Sansa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, she does seem to be kind of a weakness for him.
And you can kind of tell that Sansa is slightly keeping him at an arm's distance. That she still doesn't fully trust him. She just knows that they need him still. Yeah,
again, she's running things like a boss. She seems to have things together really well. And now she's got Bran on her side. So
yeah, but put leather on that. What are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah. So Bran can be like her personal weapon to knowing things better than Littlefinger does. You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe Littlefinger could do that. Is there a possibility that Littlefinger could get Bran on his side?
Well, hopefully Bran just looks at Littlefinger and goes, "Hey, Littlefinger betrayed our dad and killed him."
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's kill Littlefinger, guys.
Don't they already know that, though?
No, they don't.
They don't? Oh, man.
Like,
Okay.
because the only one that knows that he did the betrayal, because everyone thinks that it was just the Lannisters. But everyone betrayed him. Even Varys betrayed him. Though Varys did tell him, like, hey, you need to get out. This isn't going to work out the way you want. But Varys didn't go as far as going like, hey, your gold cloaks are going to turn on you.
Yeah.
They're being paid off right now.
Ned had so many outs. Makes me so mad.
Yeah, he had all the outs.
Watching that season over again, God, he had every opportunity. He just made every bad decision.
Yep. That's why he didn't want to be a hand, man.
The one smart decision he made was when he confessed and proclaimed Joffrey the ruler. It's just no one could predict that Joffrey was such a psychopath.
Oh, no. I think we could. And I think Arya knew. And, actually, even Robert kind of knew that he was a fucked up kid.
Yeah, for sure.
And Cersei even acknowledged at one point. She's like, I knew he was horrible, but he's my son, and I love him. Because I even think she said he was a monster at one point. His own mother.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll get back to Joffrey in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's first talk about the wizard.
The wizard. The Wizard of Oz?
No. Samwell Tarly.
Samwell Tarly. Oh, yeah, he's going to become a wizard.
He's totally a fucking wizard now. He's the only one who knows how to cure grayscale. He's like, I read it in a book.
Yeah. How did you do it? I followed the instructions.
Oh, man. I think that Dany's totally gonna hook up with Jorah now because Jorah's now fine. And I feel like she's just gonna be happy to see him and not mad about things from before because she has other things to worry about now.
She told him after he got himself cured to come back to her. That was her last command to him. It was like, go, save your life. Once you're cured, come back and serve under me.
Yeah, and he did it.
And he did it, and he's going back. And so now we're going to have him, and I feel like he's going to actually end up making a big difference, and he's going to end up helping a lot. And I think, which, as I was watching, I forgot to mention this, he's going to be one of the ones that will help convince Daenerys that they need to go to the north. Because he'll be like, my own father said there was Night Walkers.
He doesn't give a shit about his father, though.
He does. He was the shame of the family.
But
he was embarrassed of his family. But he still loved his father, and he respected and trusted his father's opinion. He just knew his father, he believed his family hated him and didn't love him anymore.
Well, I think, I'm not sure, maybe there was a scene in the last episode, I think, when Sam was talking to him about the White Walkers, I think.
But, like, he needs...
And Dany will believe Jorah, probably above anyone else, about that.
Yeah. But I was thinking what John needs to do is he has to take some of Daenerys' most trusted people up north and show them.
Just take them north of the wall? I mean, that's a suicide mission.
Yeah. That's the only option, though, that they'd have to see it with their own eyes. And it'd have to be her most trusted advisors. Or at least one of them. It would be a mission for, like, Grey Worm. And John would be like, we gotta fucking go!
What do you think about Dany's idea of just, I'm just gonna mount my dragons and just attack the world?
Yeah, I think her advisors actually advised correctly on it. Like, she's on the right path. What they need to do is to bait out the fleet to a location and surprise attack them with the dragons.
The show does a really good job at, in episode 1, it seemed like, well, Daenerys has got this in the bag, so there's no way Cersei can fight against it. And then at the end of episode 3 now, it's like, wow, Daenerys' army has just got totally fucked. She has barely anything left, and...
Well, she still has most of her Unsullied. She has all of the Dothraki. She still has her 3 dragons. What she lost was her allies, the Greyjoys.
She lost all the allies.
All the allies.
Now she does really need Jon.
So now she's back to square one.
She was saying before.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're gonna have to figure it out together. Yeah. Hopefully they work together. I don't know. It's all difficult. No.
Okay, so now let's talk about the battles. How do you think Tyrion's plan to invade Casterly Rock was really predictable?
Yeah, and that's why the plan failed. Was because
I guess, if they would have had that be a success, then it would have been like a lot less satisfying.
Yep, but they knew, like, Cersei knows Tyrion and Tyrion knows Cersei, but I think Tyrion was relying on Cersei to be arrogant and prideful enough that she would never lose her ancestrally home. But luckily for Cersei, she has very skilled leaders like Jaime and Frey, who are probably told her, like, no, let's abandon it for now and then take it back later. There's nothing there right now. We don't live there.
Yeah, it totally makes sense that they would not give a rat's ass about Casterly Rock anymore.
Yeah. They're like, fuck it, they can have it. There's no gold. Let's take all the food.
I don't even think they had anyone manning it. Like, even before they planned to abandon it. Like, who was even there?
The Lannister armies and the lower Lannisters.
Just people who don't matter?
Like, yeah. Well, they matter. It's just they don't matter in the stories we've been seeing.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because, there's 7 kingdoms, and we don't see all the 7 kingdoms very often, ever. But they all have their very strong importances. Like, how often do you see the Vale? Other than 1 or 2 seasons where, Sansa was living in the Vale. We rarely see much from the Vale, but we know they're hella important.
That's true, and I guess they're at a time of war, so they can not have prominent people at every location. Like, there's no one running the Vale right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I guess the little boy is running the Vale right now, huh? He's still there.
Yeah, the little boy's running the Vale, and the whatever lords they left there, because in the Vale is the most easily protected of the kingdoms.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the Vale, that's where that quote came from.
Impregnate the bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 10 good men and we'll impregnate that bitch.
I couldn't remember it, and so I had to look it up, and I thought they were talking about, like, at some point Braun was actually talking about, like, raping someone with 10 men.
No, he was talking about breaking into
well, it's less of a good quote there.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have the invasion of Highgarden, and we don't really get to see that battle. We just see the final scene with Jaime and Lady Orell, or I can't remember what her name is.
Old lady. The
old lady.
Queen. But yeah, no, I loved her last little parting statement after taking the poison from Jamie.
Dude, she
yeah,
was
I killed
such
your...
a cool character. I wish that she would have been in the series more.
Yeah. Oh, well, she was so old.
Yeah, but that's what makes her so cool. She's like
Yeah.
Yoda of being evil.
Like,
She's like a Sith Yoda.
I felt like she could have offered a lot to Daenerys.
Yeah, definitely.
Just in guidance.
Like every scene that she is in, she just totally steals the scene, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like even this scene, this was a huge Lannister victory, and
Yeah.
Jaime won the battle, but she won the conversation.
Yeah. She's like, what? You talked to your wife into giving me a merciful death? Well, guess what, fucker? I killed your son. I killed her son. I poisoned him. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but I want your little lover to know that. And also, she's the monster, and you're going to regret this. Like, yeah. But no, I think, like, we're going to see, like, Cersei do something so fucked up where Jaime's going to finally have to have a epiphany about her, that she is not going to build a better world ever.
Here's an interesting idea. What if they have a falling out? No one kills anyone, but what if they have a falling out and Cersei decides that it's time that Jaime took on the Black and goes to the Wall?
Are they still sending people in the Black with all the deal going on with the North?
I don't know. They gotta, right?
They gotta. Because we did see the Lannisters kill the one group of recruits that Arya was with when they were smuggling her back north.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care you're going to go take the Black. Kill everyone. By the order of the king.
I'm just saying, like, that'd be interesting because then Jaime can go to the Wall and then he can reunite with Brienne.
And then he can run into Bran and say, hey, yo, sorry for pushing you out a window. My bad, bro.
I was just trying to get laid.
You know, I was dating this crazy bitch. Well, you know she's crazy. She's killed a lot of your family.
Good guy.
I think Jaime is an idiot.
He's just hot. He's just the hot idiot.
Yeah, no, he's an idiot. Like, he even knows he's an idiot. He's saying how he's a slow learner and everything, and yada yada, and Tyrion's a smart one and everything. And he seems smarter than he is. It's just because he's had so much experience now.
Yeah.
Like, you learn so much from your mistakes, but he's probably made every single mistake in the book as he's getting older, and that he's survived now as long as he has. For the type of person he is, he's starting to go, wait a second, I'm an idiot. The world's not the way I always imagined it to be. He's starting to go through a character realization slowly. Because when we first see him, he was way more of an asshole. But as time goes on, and the more events he goes through, you see him kind of maturing and getting a little bit more self-aware.
There seems to be just a division between that couple. At the beginning, they were both just total assholes. And as time has gone on, Jaime's become better and Cersei's become more evil.
Yeah. I think, because, like, Jaime, he fucking brutally beat the living shit. Did he kill him? His own relative so he could escape? Make an attempt to escape?
Attempt to escape? What are you talking
When
about?
he was held captured by the Starks, and one of his relatives was captured and put in the cage with him, and then he just starts savagely beating him, so then he could get a guard to come over. That was back in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
And so then he had his failed escape.
Right. Okay. I gotta watch that again.
But yeah, no, Jamie's done fucked up things. I think where we started really seeing his character change was after his hand was cut off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, that was kind of the turning point of his character. Because he was being held prisoner. He's being held with Brienne. Brienne's such a good person. She kind of started slowly changing him. Then him having his hand, realizing that, because he had all this confidence before when he had both hands. He was a very huge with confidence because he's like, no one can beat me in the fight. I'm the best fighter there is. He had this I'm invincible attitude. And then after he lost his hand and everything, he kind of came to more of terms of his morality. Now he's not the greatest swordsman ever. And he's never going to be the greatest warrior again. So now he has to confront himself more on a human level, I guess. Oh, does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do predictions. The next episode, episode 4, The Spoils of War. Did you watch the preview?
No. I did not. I stopped at the credits.
Because it looks like some shit's gonna go down. Looks like Dany's gonna finally get her hands dirty with some fighting.
Oh, fine. Yeah. No, there's one thing I've noticed about Daenerys. Whenever she executes someone, she doesn't do it by her own head. Ned would be so disappointed.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I think might be something we might see with Jon here, is that she'll pass a sentence and then Jon will be like, all right, prove yourself a queen, you do it. And she's going to be like, what? And he's like, if you're going to pass judgment, then you should be the one to
take out the sentence.
Take out the sentence.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it looks like there's going to be some fighting. Who do you think is going to be fighting?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't see it. I think we're going to see... There hasn't been any fighting in the north yet.
That's true. I still am waiting for some other scene with some White Walkers. Like, I want to see another White Walker. We don't see them very often.
Also, I'm wondering if with the Mountain, is the Mountain a zombie? He looks like a zombie.
Did we see his face when he raped that girl?
I don't think so, no. Did we?
I can't remember. I remember there was like a dramatic scene where they were showing his face, but I think it was like all dark and we never actually got to see it.
Yeah, we never saw the face. It was hidden in shadow.
Just like Grey Worm's dick.
Yep. It's gone.
What did you think of Cersei's body double?
Was that a body double?
Yeah, I don't think she'll go naked on camera. She always uses a body double when she goes naked.
Here, I'm trying to look up on my phone to see if... Hasn't she been naked on the show before, though? Oh, but that was body doubles also.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever shown herself naked, did she?
I don't think so, unless this was the first time that she did it.
Did she do it this time? Or was it
I
body
don't think
double? I thought you said it was body double.
I think it was a body double. It was probably a body double. But what did you think of her body double?
Yeah. I don't get the point of doing a body double.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It makes her feel more private, I guess, and whatever makes her happy.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? I feel like we've seen a lot less nudity this season.
Yeah, it's more like this season's more focused on that there's a war going on and
things going down. Yeah,
that
you can watch
there's
porn on your own time.
Yeah. Because we don't have our characters hanging out in brothels this season.
Yeah.
We're dealing with everyone who's poor and the survivors. And a lot of the people who are the survivors, other than Tyrion.
And Yara, she's still alive.
No. But no, I'm just thinking like a lot of the characters we have now aren't the partying types.
Yeah.
Like
maybe that's a sign in the show.
Yeah.
At the end, only the characters who don't get laid are gonna win.
But no, all the characters got killed though. I mean, we even had the prude ones killed. It's just the survivors are just the ones that have survived this long by chance. Or being brought back from the dead.
So weird that John was dead. How many characters have died and come back?
We got John. We got the guy with the sword of fire.
Oh, hey, we haven't seen the Hound in 2 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we haven't seen the Hound. They're making their way up north. They're doing the same journey as our. Oh my God! What if they run each other in the road?
That'd be awesome.
Because Arya's ran into the fire guys 2-3 times, I think already. Yeah. She took the huge trip with the Hound.
Yeah.
They're going to run into each other because they're heading up north to Winterfell. And Clegane's going to be like, what the fuck? You left me to die. And she's going to be, what the fuck? How are you not dead?
He's going to be like, what the fuck? You left me to die. And she's going to be like, what the fuck? I left you to die. Why didn't you die?
Yeah. And then I think he's going to forgive her and everything. And then she's going to be like terrified at first because she's like, oh shit. He's going to try killing me. But we did have Arya. She did say that she didn't want the Hound to die. Because when she was revealing her secrets, she did reveal that there was one name on her list that she took off, which was the Hound.
Yeah.
Because, the Hound's really never been the worst guy in the show.
Yeah, she only wanted to kill him because of
the French boy,
killed Sansa's dog or something.
No, he killed Sansa's dog, and he killed Arya's friend under the command of Joffrey.
That's right.
Because Joffrey said he attacked the king and ordered him to run him down.
The baker's son, who we never even got a name for.
Just the baker's son. The baker's boy. That's how much commoners matter. I think Arya said her name, but everyone else would just go, the baker's boy. And she'd be like, his name is Jim. They were like, he's a commoner, no one cares. Good job, Clegane. Good job.
Good and boy, the who's a good hound. Alright. So let's hope that we see them reunite next episode.
I think that would be a fun reunite.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anything else you need to add, Izzy, or want to add? Feel like adding? Subtracting?
Let's see. What else do I want to add? I think all I really all I really want is to see some severed heads.
Severed heads. Severed heads, man. That's what gets the people excited.
That's what that's what wins the people's affection. Doesn't
Severed
matter
heads.
who the severed head is. They just want some severed heads.
Right. I get the game plan now. It makes sense. All right. Well, I'm
until next
gonna let
time.
you go. Till next time.
Thank you for talking, and thank
This
you
has
guys.
been Tyler First.
All right.
Later.
Yeah.